Yo, 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 it's your boy, Ray Mabry, coming to you again with another video talking about real estate, how you can start a real estate, create a real estate business, and how you can be successful as a real estate investor, a real estate entrepreneur. Today's topic, we're going to talk about real estate versus the pandemic. Many of you know that we're currently dealing with a global virus, and it's affecting all of us. You know, a lot of people are going through things that they may have never thought they would experience in their lifetime, and this might be a lifetime, once in a lifetime event. However, we're in it. We have to go through it, and so we're going to talk about how to survive, how to rise above the situation, and be come out victorious on the other end. So we're going to talk about real estate versus the pandemic, how you can survive and stay in business. That's what we're going to talk about today. Also, I'm going to try to keep this video short, try to be around 12, maybe 15 minutes. Some of you may say that's not short, Ray, but sometimes I can get a little long-winded and we'll be talking 30, 40, 50 minutes. All right, so I'm going to make sure I try to get this content to you as quickly as possible. Let's get into it. For those of you that may not know me, my name is Ray Mabry. I'm a full-time real estate entrepreneur here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. I've been in this business for 6 years, and it's been a tremendous blessing for me and my family. And just kind of wanted to come on and share some insight, some content with you guys, hopefully to, just give you a different perspective, if nothing else, and help you get to the next level in your business. So that's enough about me. What do you do when you are affected by a virus? So let's say even if it's something like a illness or even a death of a family member or something traumatic, something tragic in your life. How do you handle those things? How do you cope with those things? Because believe it or not, part of the things that we as investors and real estate entrepreneurs encounter is we encounter a lot of people with different situations, different issues. People that may be going through, say, a divorce or going through death or some type of terminal illness, and they have a property that they need to liquidate, get rid of. So they look to us as professionals to help them out. And so we have to be able to know how to handle those situations. But I'm going to take it from the standpoint, from the pandemic that's affecting all of us. So, I wanted to come from a standpoint of what's affecting you personally, okay? And from a business perspective, all right? So as far as my business is concerned, I would say probably in the last 60, 70 days, I've had seven deals fall through for whatever reason. And yeah, that's in my personal business, 7 deals. Anything ranging from title work, bad title, can't get clear title, to, buyers flaking out. Sometimes you can have buyers that even, say put down an earnest money deposit and they still don't come through. That's happened within the last 60, 70 days. And then too, like some buyers can't get funding, and title companies. So for whatever reason, I had 7 deals to fall through. And so I'm affected by this pandemic just like most of you are affected. But, you have to keep moving. You have to keep going on. And these are some things that we're going to talk about. So my first, number one thing, my first piece of advice that you should do, to overcome this pandemic and continue to stay focused and overcome this pandemic and win is acknowledge. You have to acknowledge that during this time, people are afraid, they're unsure of what's going on. They're very skeptical. And when I say people, I'm referring to, say, sellers. And so therefore, you have to have a type of compassion and empathy for people, and even acknowledging people that they have genuine concerns about what's going on. You have to be empathetic about that. And, it can't be, well, I'm okay, I'm not scared, I walk by faith and not by sight. It can't be those type of things, because some people don't have the same belief system that you have. So you have to be able to adjust and meet a person where they're at. And so that being the case, you have to make sure that you're understanding and you're compassionate. People are scared. And in this business, you're going to have to just be able to deal with that. You know, my assistant Angela, she got a great lead yesterday in a very nice part of one of the areas that we market in, a single family house, nice inherited property. And the lady just straight up said, "Hey, I'm interested. I need a sale." But she's like, "Give me a couple of months, give me a month or two to see what happens with this virus." She doesn't want to come out of the house. She's an older lady, so she hasn't been out of the house since it all began. And you know, obviously we will, you know, try to accommodate her and even be willing to go and see her. But you know, it's one of those situations where she's old school. She's not going out and nobody's coming in. So there's no way around it. You just have to, you know, follow with them in a month or two to see if we can try to get this deal done. But, you know, she has a genuine concern. And so you have to meet a person where they are. So acknowledge that people are afraid, and you got to have some compassion, and you got to have some empathy. Number two, you have to get lean. Get lean. And I'm not talking about going and doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups a day, you know, jogging for 5 miles a day. That's not the lean I'm talking about. I'm talking about have to get lean in your business as far as expenses. Any kind of excess spending, anything that you really don't need to have, you know, luxuries and stuff, you might have to cut those things for the time being to reduce your overhead expenses. Because, you know, as I stated before, I had 7 deals to follow through unexpectedly, you know, and you know, thankfully we still got deals in the pipeline, but that's lost revenue, opportunity for revenue. That's revenue that, you know, we had to generate some other type of way. All right. And so that being the case, you have to reduce your unnecessary expenses. And we're talking about winning and not just surviving in this pandemic, but overcoming this pandemic, winning this pandemic. And in order to do that, you're going to have to make some adjustments personally and from a business perspective. All right. So get lean. Number two. Number three, you have to find creative ways to generate leads. When I got started 6 years ago, I did direct mail, 100%. I haven't done direct mail now in about 2.5, 3 years. All right, we're mainly cold calling, a lot of referrals and stuff. But even in that, as I stated before, a lot of times people, they're just not ready. They have to wait to see what happens, both buyers and sellers. And so you have to find creative ways to generate leads. One way that's that people are doing now is social media. You know, there's leads on social media. You know, your PPC, SEO, Facebook marketing, advertising. That is, there's all kinds of ways to generate leads. People also do text blasting. I don't do text blasting, email blasting. I don't do that either. Ringless voicemail. I don't do that either. But those are other ways that people get in front of potential sellers to try to get a deal done. So you have to get creative, and find ways to generate leads, because in this business, it's about marketing, it's about generating leads. And if you don't have leads coming in constantly, then your business is going to wither and it's going to die. And that's something that we're trying to prevent. We're trying to show you how to overcome this pandemic. All right, that's number three. Number four, follow up with old leads. This is part of my number two way of generating leads is follow up. You know, people say fortune isn't a follow up, and that's so true. You have to be a follow up king, a follow up queen. You have to just get in the habit of doing that, because a no today doesn't mean a no tomorrow. You might have been told no 6 months ago. Guess what? It's about time to give that same person a call back to see how things have changed in their life. 6 months ago, we were not in a pandemic. All right. 6 months ago was the beginning of the year. Everybody excited about the new year. And here we are 6 months later. And, you know, unemployment is at an all-time high. All right. So just like that thing, just like this has affected so many other people, it may have affected your prospective seller that was uninterested in selling that property before. So give them a call, follow up with them, introduce yourself, let them know that you spoke with them a while back, and see if you can try to put something together. All right. So that's number four. Number five, creative deals. You have to, like, what we mainly do is we mainly wholesale or sign contracts, wholesaling. But wholesaling is a little more challenging now because of the way things are being operated. So you have to find creative ways to get more deals, get more leads and stuff. And so doing things like subject to and seller financing and lease option, and even like maybe having a seller quick claim to deed, just, you know, buying those different types of things to generate leads are going to be things that you have to look at doing possibly, you know, to bring more deals in. So get creative, you know, follow up with the old leads, but then make sure that you find ways to generate new leads. You got to have new leads coming in if you want to continue to have a productive business. And number 6, don't give up. Don't quit. You know, never, never, ever, ever quit. Even if you have to change things or do things differently, or even like if it's a situation to where you may have to put some things on pause. You know, we're not advertising as much as we used to, but that doesn't mean that we're quitting. That doesn't mean that we're closing up shop. Some companies, some businesses have no other choice but to close up shop. But thankfully, you know, that goes back to what I was saying, get lean, and make sure that you do things differently, because we're in a different era now and things are being done differently. And if you don't know how to adjust to the situation, then you're going to struggle. All right. And so let me recap right quick and go ahead and end this video. Number 1, acknowledge that there's a problem, there's an issue, and make sure you have compassion and empathy for others. Number 2, you have to get lean, cut unnecessary spending, unnecessary expenses, get rid of them now. Number 3, you have to find creative ways to generate new leads. Social media, text blasting, our ringless voicemails, those are some different ways people are generating leads. Number 4, you have to follow up with old leads. Fortune is in the follow-up. Go through, follow up with those old leads. Number 5, you have to find ways to do creative deals. Don't be a one-trick pony. You know, have another strategy where you can generate a structure a deal so it's a win-win situation for everybody involved. And number 6, don't give up. Don't quit on your goal. Don't quit on you. Don't quit on life, because things are tough. Things are hard now, but that does not mean that you're doomed to fail. You can do it. I believe in you. So go out here and just do it. Get to work. Get busy. If you guys are interested in learning what I do, how I do this, you know, as far as do creative deals, not just wholesaling, reach out to me. I'm going to have some information in the description, but you need to learn this real estate game, because real estate is not going anywhere, even though it's widely affected, just like most other industries. Real estate is not going anywhere, and you have to be able to be creative and be able to know how to do things a little differently if you want to be successful in this business. Okay. So anyways, that's my time. I appreciate you for joining. Until next time, this is your boy, Ray Mabry, about to sign off. Peace.